How's it going? Today's 29th of September, Sunday, and we're gonna be taking a look at finances. It's something that we're doing every Sunday, right? In today's video, briefly, we can take a look at some of the developments when it comes to partnerships. That would be UK's partnership with the United States, and we can briefly, but in today's video, I want to take a look at while food is important, I want to take a look at wealth funds, but set things up right. So after the British beet root growers to put down roots in the United States market, and potentially just enter its market, all these kind of things, approximately 150,000 a year, as well as perhaps UK can sell more things, including perhaps as of now, UK perhaps considering wine and all the high ticket items, right? When it comes to food products, cheese, wine, all these kind of things that my or UK and all UK's farmers might have a lot of opportunities when it comes to entering that market, as well as offering different solutions perhaps. But either way, so that is just some of the press release I thought it might be worth mentioning, right? As well as, so in today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at sovereign wealth fund. Perhaps you can begin by trying to understand developments and what is sovereign wealth fund, right? UK had several opportunities to establish sovereign wealth fund similar to Norway's, but it chose not to do so. What are the most notable opportunities across in 1970s and 1980s when UK discovered significant oil reserves in the North Sea? During the time, Norway decided to set up government pension fund global, offered referred to as a Norway oil fund, since that's where a lot of finances would be coming from in 1990s, which has significant growth in one of the largest sovereign wealth funds in the world, right? We can take a look at other governments as well, and perhaps UK would consider actually having this kind of opportunities and having this fund, right? We can take a look at perhaps if UK would establish sovereign wealth fund. We can take a look at other wealth funds and how those were to be structured. That would be Norway, so that we were just taking a look at moments ago. That would be petroleum and natural gases. That's where a lot of finances will be coming from. Saudi Arabia have a potentially a sector, energy, and it would be petroleum. Number three, United Arab Emirates, and that would be again petroleum. Kuwait, petroleum. Perhaps that would be energy sector, right? So I thought it might be some of the gas as well, but either way, perhaps it's just petroleum. China, perhaps that would be different compared to other governments where it would be trade and manufacturing, whereas surplus in trade, right? And there's a massive list of governments who have these reserves, right? That will be different sectors. Singapore, that will be trade, financial services, and all government-run companies. Kuwait, that will be petroleum and natural gases. Russia, that will be petroleum and natural gases. Australia, iron ore, coal, and finances. So that will be trade potentially, and all these kind of things, right? And Canada, that will be Alberta, oil sands, natural gases, and we can briefly touch on Canada since Canada potentially, as of now, Canada was only selling to US, right? It's 95% or so. All the sales would be to US, right? But potentially they're looking to expand or have capabilities of selling to others as well, which is kind of interesting idea, where they could potentially have more opportunities when it comes to prices, right? So that would be most of those. Well, there are some differences, but most of those that would be energy sector, right, where finance would be coming from. Since we're taking a look at energy, and again, we're trying to follow money and we'll try to understand process, right, where things were put into motion way back, right, perhaps even 3 years ago with some of those announcements, where Britain to start approval process for Rolls-Royce mini nuclear reactors, right. We can briefly take a look at or try to find things when it comes to job creation. That would be about 40,000 jobs, all those kind of things. I thought it worth touching. And from that, we can progress in most recent developments when it comes to, again, we're still taking a look at the energy sector, right, and where finances would be, and all problems would be solved, right. As well as at a similar time, there was other press releases that had to be same company, it's private business. So I'm not promoting anyone, right? Send me a check, and that would be 2020, so potentially 4 years ago, right? And there were some plans and that was set in motion where this company will be planning of potentially establishing 16 mini nuclear plants for United Kingdom, right? Well, in turn, creating many jobs, including perhaps 6,000. I believe that there might be even way more than 6,000, but either way, that's just some of the developments and something that was happening 4 years ago, right? And now let's take a look at the recent developments, right? Where it would be 25th of September, very recently, Wednesday. Some of the work was published. I have taken a look at bits and pieces, but I haven't read the entire article, so I thought we can take a look at briefly. Perhaps there would be different businesses and different names of the companies. I'm not looking to promote anyone, right? That would be United States company limited from race to build Britain's first mini nuclear plant. I don't know about the cost, since perhaps when it comes to most competitive price, there might be some companies up there, as well as not necessarily US, not necessarily UK. There are other very competitive companies who can potentially do it at a fraction of the cost, by the way. Just saying. I'm just saying. We can do it very cheaply and a lot. But either way. A US company has been now out of competition to build the first mini nuclear power plant in Britain. Perhaps that's going to be important for UK to have their own capabilities of doing it, leading four contenders in the running. So there will be different businesses that we're going to be taking a look at, right? And that will be executive of that's a company. Let's keep name right of this particular company. And I don't know if it's profitable by the way to do it. So it's a different issue. As of now, it might not be profitable, right? So again, the decision by official grade British nuclear, that were perhaps governing body or standard agency, government agency, but I think they're overseeing standards, right? Leaves for companies battling for source support for their proposed technologies. Is something that we were taking a look at, and I believe most likely when it comes to engineering, they might be able to do it for stories. Other companies I do not know that much of, or that would do Westinghouse and Hitachi and all Holtec Britain. So perhaps other competitors can solve this problem for UK. And it might be a long-term strategy where potentially energy and how UK would be potentially to be able to generate a lot of finances into a treasury and or reinvest that capital even better. So instead of short-term solutions, long-term investments and all sides and thinking long-term. We are getting older, I guess. Let's take a look at perhaps energy and key markets and all the where and how solving energy would in return might be able to bring back manufacturing and all other sectors back to UK, right? Some of those sectors could be manufacturing and industry, which perhaps it's very hard to do as of now, competitively with prices, including energy prices. Perhaps robotics is other area that UK could do always do better, but either way, that is steel and or aluminum production, which perhaps energy intensive markets. Cement, if we take a look at housing market and prices, chemical industry, or I haven't then realized how much energy intensive chemical industry is, as well as glass production, paper, and all these kind of things, right? Including transportation, aviation, shipping, freight, and logistical sectors, right? That's what it's transport. Next sector would be energy sector, where extraction potentially would take place. From there, we're progressing into mining. Number five, agriculture and for food processing, right? As well as construction sector is something that we were taking a look at. The entire sector would be very expensive, and perhaps if we were to take a look at cost, how to reduce some of those costs. So that would be energy intensive markets and shift in thinking and either way. Let's see and keep a track of development of this market. I'm kind of interested. Thanks for watching. See you next one.